Wise Ol Kor here, Land's Time lead developer. Today we're just going to go through some starting items, a little introduction, go through some hints and tips, and kind of show you around for when you create a character here on the shard. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. So generally when you spawn in, you will start your journey here in New Haven. Some items that you'll have in your backpack are the trash token. Basically you can, as you see, you can get some tokens for trashing items instead of just dropping things on the ground and such. So it's quite handy when you're out raiding around, or if you're in the mines and get some ore that you don't really want, or anywho. So some of the other items that you'll notice, you'll have a skill ball, and with the skill ball I would recommend that you would go to the bank when you go to use it, because just like a preset when you created your character, like the warrior and the mage, you'll get some items according to the profession that you chose. So when you're in the bank, to make sure that you don't exceed any weight limit, you can get your items, you can just drop them in your bank. So in this menu here, you can go through and pick some skills, up to 3. When you hit OK, you'll notice that the items will go in your backpack, and there will be a message that will say that your skills will go to 80. So with that said, this is what I would call like the town square, I guess. Here you'll see we have moon gates. This one goes to the player vendor mall. If you click on them once, most of the time they'll tell you where they go. Sometimes when you hover over them, they'll pop up as well. So we have the player vendor mall. This is just takes you to the moon gate system. So with every public moon gate that you go into, you can quickly just bounce back to town. And this one goes to the bank. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Also, with the gates that go to the player vendor mall, there's the New Haven location, there's this location, and it's also in Fallujah as well. So back to where we started off. So we have the player vendor mall, we have the moon gate. Oh, we also, if you go up this way for the miners, we have a gate that will take you to the Haven mines. Well, we got elementals in. Shouldn't be, but anywho. So here's the mines. So this gate here, we have the training area. So one of the other items that you have in your backpack is an introductory quest. You come and see this counselor trainer here, and basically you just drop the deed onto the trainer. Some dialogue pops up. If you don't have any bandages, we do provide some here, and there's also a healer right there. So for the quest, basically there's some monsters that you got to go in and kill. Upon doing so, you will receive the Lands of Time gear, and with the gear it will give you some boosts to your resists, and it will also give you the 100% LRC. There's 6 pieces to the set, so that kind of gives you a rough idea of how many monsters you got to kill. So when you kill the monster, you'll notice that you'll have one of the pieces of armor, and you'll have another deed that you can drop onto the NPC, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to do the whole quest, but you get the gist of it. Alright, so back to the training room here. You'll notice that we have some NPCs that you can attack on. You can use magery. We provided some weapons here as well that you can use. We have some gargish items over on these tables here. With these NPCs, they don't hurt you. They do damage your armor, so if you are wearing armor, make sure that you have some self-repair on it, and or you can just grab some old iron. But again, these guys don't hurt you, so you don't really need any armor on. But you can also use or put your pets on these, but your pets do take some damage, so you'll have to heal your pets while you're training. So with the items themselves, you'll notice that there's newbie on them. All that it does is makes it so you can't trash the item. It says you may not trash training room equipment, because you get tokens for cleaning the shard, as you just noticed. Well, I just did it again because I had some stuff in there. Anywho, over here, I like to point out that when you stand on this tile, you'll get teleported over here. And for the time being, this might be moved later on, and if it does, there will be an update. But this is the new player champ area. This was basically designed to demonstrate what a champ would be like for new players to UO, even older players that were mostly crafters and they didn't go out and do the raids and stuff. Basically, this is just a demonstration on the real champions out there. Mind you, the only difference is there's not hundreds of monsters to kill, and at the end the champ doesn't do the gold flower effect. So I'll just start it up. Notice that the skulls pop up. Better get a weapon on before they kill me. Well, I went through 2 rounds. Generally, this can be soloed as a new player, but I guess I would advise that you might want to use some archery when you get higher up into the champ spawn, or use some spells, magery, mysticism, anything that can spawn a creature to help fight for you, take some damage, whatever. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole spawn, but you guys get the gist of it. We also have a loot command, bracket loot, that ties into your master looter, but that will be a totally different tutorial. I'm not going to go through the big speech upon them. So I'm just going to go back out. So there's 2 gates here. You'll also notice beside it there's a trash chest. So if you do pick up one of these items, or if you have a blessed item that you don't want anymore, you can go to and find one of these and you can drop into there. Notice it says some dialogue every time that you throw something in it. It's kind of neat. Anywho, so these gates here, they when you click on them once, they'll tell you where they go. We have the new player dungeon, and then we have a different version of it. We're still having some ideas. That's the best part about development. When you go to make something, and then you have ideas to add on, to make it even better or more dynamic. So that's why we have a couple gates here. So we'll go and check out the first one. So you notice we have a healer here. You won't have to worry if you're worried about running back in here away from the mobs to get healed up. We do have blockers and stuff in place for you, but you guys don't see that. This is what you guys see. So anywho, so basically this area is all laid out in different sections. Oh yeah. Basically it's laid out in different sections. Is basically Ratman here. And then we have some skeletons. Got some zombies, a couple more skeletons, ghouls, ghosts. Got some orcs there, some brigands. But for the most part, it goes pretty smoothly as a new player. But but when you get up to this area, you'll notice that it splits off in 3. These are what's considered the dungeon bosses. Like we have the Ratman over here. We have some ancient leeches and lords over there. We have an orc brute up here for the orcs. But I would recommend, if you're just starting out, maybe bring a friend along, or just take your time. It is definitely a good way to train your skills for fighting instead of standing into the training room. So there's that one there. This one here brings you inside a castle. Barkeep if you're interested after a long day of fighting in the dungeon. Grab a pitcher of ale or something. You can notice there's a healer and an Anik there as well. So this is another version of the new player dungeon. Again, it's done up in different sections. The new player champ that I showed earlier will probably be moved down here somewhere at some time. But yeah, this one's not active. It's a different color. That's the actual look of what the platform looks like. But yeah. So other than that, what other things that I can show you that will be useful? Oh, I know. So you'll notice this client is done up a little bit differently than your average one that you would find on other places. Oh yeah. So with the trees system here, if you notice that you are having some problems cutting down the trees, basically you will need to get the download files for Ultima Live, and that is tied into our trees. So basically I'm just going to demonstrate what it should look like to you. And I will note, you'll have to turn your transparency off. I'm going to turn it on to show you what it does. It basically just, it reads it like it's a wall, but we'll probably fix that later on down the road. So I gotta go back, turn my transparency back on, or off, I mean. Oops. So you hit it once, the leaves fall off. Hit it twice, the log falls off. or the tree falls, I guess. And then you have 3 more chops. So if you go and try and cut some trees down and you're having some issues, just let us know, and basically we'll make sure that you have the right files. So other than that, that's pretty much all that I'm going to do for today's video. I guess if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment below, or if you'd like to get a hold of me directly, you can certainly make a page, or you can message me on the Facebook page, or you can send me an email at wiseolkor@gmail.com. And to get to the Facebook page, you can get there in game by typing the command Facebook page, and it will open your browser, your default, I guess, and there we go, and it'll bring you right to our Facebook page. We also have a website that is being formed, landsoftime.com. When it's fully ready, we will definitely make a command like the Facebook one to link it to there as well. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully some of the tips are useful that I showed you today. Again, feel free to ask any questions, comments, concerns. Anywho, hopefully I'll see you in game.